Odysseus and the unfinished dream of return. Among the oldest narratives of humanity, Homer's Odyssey tells the story of a man whose entire life was seized by a single, unfinished dream. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, has only one desire after the end of the Trojan War: to return home. But a journey that should have taken no more than a few weeks stretches into 10 years. 10 years of wandering the seas, confronting giants, sorceresses, angry gods, and the temptations of immortality. What makes the Odyssey compelling for reflecting on unfinished dreams is that Odysseus, unlike many mythical heroes, seeks neither conquest nor treasure. He wants something he once had and lost: his place, his wife, his son, and the ordinary life of a king on a small island. This wish, seemingly simple, turns into an unfinished task that each time it nears fulfillment, a new obstacle appears. Myth as an archetype of longing. From the perspective of Jungian analytical psychology, Odysseus's wandering can be seen as a symbol of the inner hero's journey, a journey whose destination is not a new place, but a return to the lost self. Odysseus embodies a human being who feels a deep distance between what he is and what he ought to be. On Calypso's island, with all its comforts and the promise of eternal youth, he still sits each day on the shore and gazes at the sea. This image is perhaps the strongest mythical metaphor for committed longing, a pain that arises not from poverty, but from the absence of a vital possibility. 3 themes from Odysseus's journey. Within the Odyssey, several key moments each reflect a layer of human challenge: the temptation of forgetfulness, the island of the lotus eaters. The inhabitants offer the lotus fruit, inviting any stranger to forget home and identity. Some of Odysseus's men eat the fruit and no longer wish to return. The consequence of pride, the cave of the Cyclops. After blinding Polyphemus, Odysseus could have escaped quietly. But pride and the need to declare his identity, he shouts his name, result in the curse of Polyphemus, Poseidon, the god of the sea, pursuing him for years. Loyalty to the ideal self, Calypso's island. Calypso offers Odysseus immortality and eternal youth, but on condition that he forgets Ithaca. He refuses this offer for 7 years, not because he has a way back, but because his ideal self only has meaning in Ithaca. This loyalty is perhaps the most powerful part of the story. A reflection on Odysseus' wandering. Longing in the Odyssey is never passivity. He weeps but does not step away from the shore. The pain of return remains his driving force. Obstacles such as giants, sorceresses, and divine wrath are not necessarily agents of defeat. Sometimes they force a revision of the path without necessarily invalidating the dream. And Odysseus, at the end of his journey, is no longer the same man who left Troy. The realization of the desire coincides with the transformation of the one who desires. Closing words. Odysseus finally returns to Ithaca, but perhaps the value of his story lies not only in its happy ending, but in the endurance of prolonged longing and the fidelity to a distant possible self. The journey toward that dream, even if it takes years, can bestow identity and meaning, and sometimes return home happens precisely when one has not given up the attempt at any cost, but has found a new way.